Heyo, two-wheel brothers and sisters, and welcome to another MC Commute. I'm Zach. Today on the show, Indian's Scout 60. That's 999 cc's of corn-fed V-twin. Gonna ride to the office and gonna tell you what it feels like and what makes it an Indian Scout 60 instead of a regular Indian Scout. Okay, let's do it. Indian Scout 60. Chugga 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 chugga. Here we go. One thing I really like about this bike, really quick, is this frame. I think it's really cool. Cast frame, and they cast the shoulder of the frame as the outside rim of the radiator, which I think is pretty bitchin'. I think it looks cool. I think it kind of hides the radiator. It gives the bike kind of a muscly, I don't know, broad-shouldered look. It's really cool. Yeah, you get your little styly Indian fender. Okay, enough chitter-chatter. Let's get the usual stuff out of the way. Like I said, 999 cc V-twin. That's about 60 cubic inches, 61 I think actually, but anyway, probably has something to do with why they call it a Scout 60. The regular Scout, in case you're wondering, is 69 cubic inches, which is about 1100 cc's, I think 1130 or something like that. So yeah, engine's a little bit smaller, and I've been told that the throttle mapping is a little bit different, but to be honest, it doesn't feel much different. Other stuff they did to make it a Scout 60, some stuff on the Scout that's I don't know, fancy material, either chrome or whatnot, is just kind of blacked out and not as fancy on the Scout 60. The big thing is it's a 5-speed gearbox instead of 6. I don't really know why they did that. I mean, it's to save money, I guess, or just to differentiate it. I'm not sure how much money you can save by just removing one gear from a gearbox. It seems like if the gearbox is already built, just leave it as is. But hey, I'm not in charge, so that's what they did. And I guess freeway gearing is about the same, because allegedly they took out 5th gear, and then just sort of went with that. Anyway, 5-speed box and some stuff that's not as fancy, that's a little bit fancier on the regular Scout. They have achieved 68 horsepower, which isn't too bad actually. It feels pretty peppy. It is less horsepower than the standard Scout. Whoa, old school RSV Melee. Whew. Retro Aprilia, that's pretty good. Guy was wearing shorts though, not good. Also, kind of cold this morning. I don't know how that's comfortable. Torque is 56, I think, something like that. Total foot power, peak foot pounds. But what's cool about the torque is that it makes over 50 from just over 2,000 RPM to almost 7,000 RPM, I think. So most of the rev range, it makes 93% of its maximum torque, which is awesome. If that sounds good, it is good. It's very linear, it's easy to ride, and there's like a nice little surge of power whenever you want it. It's good stuff. I'll go ahead and get one major gripe out of the way, which is the riding position. I shouldn't even call it a gripe. I don't really represent with it. I don't really like it that much. My feet are way forward. It's just not really my style. But for what it is, you know, it's a cruiser, feet forward cruiser. That's the dealio, and it's good actually. I mean, it's pretty comfortable. The other thing about this bike is that the seat height is 26 inches or something, I think. Whatever it is, it's really, really low. I mean, it's a few inches lower than the Honda Grom. And I mean, if you can't flat foot this bike, you are quite small. It's also just very low. I mean, the center of gravity is low. It's easy to handle, which is the whole point in a bike like this. So my hat's off to Indian for that, even if I don't totally represent with the riding position. Okay, yellow light, turn to red light. That means we test the brakes. And the brakes are one of my favorite things about this bike. It's just an unbranded caliper grabbing a single disc, but the lever is just really firm. I really like it. It's confidence inspiring, and yeah, I mean that's a huge thing for a bike like this for new and returning riders, as we say sometimes. You know, it's an entry-level version of a motorcycle in Indian's lineup, but I really appreciate that it's a steel braided brake line and the lever is firm. It feels good. It's the way a brake should feel, especially if you're new to motorcycling. Red light's gonna turn green soon. I'm gonna frickin' smoke this Lexus off the line. Doesn't even know it. 68 horsepower. Go! Yeah! Look at that. Probably breaking the speed limit already. It's a pretty peppy bike. I mean, you know, American V-twin cruisers are not really known for spring in their step, but this is peppy. It's a nice bike. It does weigh 560 pounds, I believe, on our scales with a full tank of gas. So it's not super light, but again, for the class of bike that it is, that's really not bad at all. Mid 500s is like pretty good. And as I said before, very manageable at low speed because it is so low. But yeah, as for overall performance, pretty impressed. Okay, time to talk about the dash real quick, maybe? Sure hope so. There it is, up close and personal. Very simple, as you can see. There's this little trigger over here on the left grip, which allows you to cycle through this information here. So I've got on digital RPM, but you can go to, let's see, we got engine temp, 174 Fahrenheit. That's probably fine. Odometer, 1100 miles, trip 1, and back to RPM, so pretty basic. Also has a clock, which is a nice feature, and a gear position indicator. I always like a gear position indicator, maybe because I'm forgetful, but especially on a bike like this. Again, the whole, you know, entry-level side of a manufacturer's lineup. I think a gear position indicator is a nice thing to have. It's a nice thing to have when you're new at this. One thing that I think is funny about this gear position indicator is it's based on gear and RPM, or rather speed and RPM, so it just calculates it. So I'm in 3rd gear, but if I just slip the clutch a little bit, see, it goes, oh, you're in 2nd gear now. Which I think is pretty funny. But bottom line, it works pretty well. Another nice feature, now that we're on the freeway, that I have not mentioned yet, which you MC Commute faithful who know me well will know I appreciate this: auto cancel turn signals. What's up, Mr. Officer? He even waved to me. All right. Yeah, the turn signals, if you leave them on too long, they shut off, which is basic, but I don't know, nice feature. So as for ergonomics and comfort on the freeway, now that we're going freeway speeds, pretty good, all things considered. No wind protection, obviously, which is a little bit of a bummer, but not really that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. I should also say that Indian makes a windscreen for this bike and some saddlebags, I think, if you really wanted to take that commute on the Scout 60 seriously. Another thing I always notice on the freeway is mirrors, and these ones are pretty good, I have to say. Sometimes with American V-twin motorcycles, the mirrors are just freaking woeful, man. They shake like nobody's business, and you know, you go to look to see what's behind you and you just see this like action scene from a Japanese cartoon or something. It's freaking crazy. But not the Scout 60. Engine smooth, mirrors work well. I appreciate that. The Scout 60 also doesn't drag foot pegs right away, at least, on an off-ramp like this. Hey there, fellas. Which is nice. I feel like they had an ad campaign about that I don't know, like 33 degrees of lean or something. I don't really remember. Maybe I'm misremembering. But the point is, you can tell they made it a bit of a priority to let the bike go through corners because it feels pretty good. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of ground clearance, but it doesn't drag the foot peg when you leave a gas station or something like some cruisers do, which drives me absolutely batty. This is a long red light, so let's take a look at this thing, shall we? Just really quick. That's a handsome bike, is it not? I think it's pretty handsome. Get a lot of compliments on this bike, actually, when I'm riding it. I've been riding it for a couple weeks now, and oftentimes at a gas station people come up and say, oh, I didn't know Indian still made bikes. So that's pretty cool. How much did you have to pay for that? 9,000 bucks for an Indian Scout 60, which is pretty good. That's 20, what is it? Regular Scout is 11, mid-11s, 11.4, so 9 grand is like 2,300 bucks you can save, which is pretty good considering you only lose out on 134 cc's of engine displacement, and you're missing gear in the gearbox, I suppose. But I mean, I don't know, not so bad really. It's a big savings. One caveat to that is that you have to pay 1,000 bucks for ABS. So that would bring it up to 10 grand, but still 10 grand, you're still saving like 1,500 bucks on a full-size Scout. And I mean, for a full-size V-twin made in America that's well built for 10 grand, not too bad. I just kind of wish, I mean, being 6 foot or so, I wish that the riding position was just a little bit different. But the engine and the chassis and the, I don't know, just the feel of the bike, the clutch feel, the brakes, I like it. Can I turn right here, guys? This is how I get to my office. I really want to turn right. It doesn't look like they're gonna let me. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I know what some of you are thinking. Yeah, but Zach, can you back it in? Let's try. Yes, you can back it in. No ABS. Of course you can back it in. Stupid question. Next question. Why would you do that? Okay, fair question. Why would I do that? I don't know, because I think it's fun. I'm not like #1 cruiser fan in the world, frankly. I like them for what they are, but this is a particularly fun one in my mind. So I suppose, would I buy one? We talked about price. Starts at 9,000 bucks. I probably would not buy one because if I was going to get a cruiser, I'd get something huge and ostentatious and ridiculous, probably, because that's the kind of person I am. But would I recommend a Scout 60? Heck yes, I would. I would absolutely recommend one. I think it's maybe one of the best options for someone who wants an approachable, well-made American V-twin cruiser. I think it looks great. I think it sounds pretty cool. Although some pipes would probably liven it up a little bit. But yeah, I don't, for what it is, I haven't been able to find a lot of flaws. It's a lot of fun. It's a cool bike. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna give the Indian Scout a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna go sit at my desk and write down some words about motorcycles. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.